Health and wellness encompass more than the absence of illness. They are the harmony of the mind, body, and spirit. These three dimensions weave together a tapestry of resilience, vitality, and peace. In their balance lies our strength. In their neglect, our struggles. This topic calls us to reflect deeply on how we nurture ourselves wholly, embracing the intricate relationship between our thoughts, physical well-being, and the essence of our being. Now let us dive into a speech that stirs the heart, ignites the mind, and speaks to the very soul. A speech like this has never been conveyed so deep into the heart of an audience. It paints pictures with images and stories and expressions that absorb the audience into the very soul. Let me take you to a moment, a quiet one, where the world whispers. Are you listening? It's not the shout of urgency or the clang of alarms, but a soft murmur, the kind that sits in the pit of your belly and rises to meet your soul. It's the kind of moment that insists you pause. And when you do, you'll find this truth waiting for you. To be well, truly well, you must tend to the garden of your mind, the vessel of your body, and the essence of your spirit. The mind. It is where all journeys begin and for many where they falter. Our minds are storytellers, spinning tales from the threads of our experiences. Some stories lift us, don't they? They remind us of triumphs and possibilities, but others, those whispered in shadows, weigh us down. They tell us we are not enough, not strong enough, not brave enough. And here is where we must become gardeners. We must pull out those weeds of self-doubt and fear, plant seeds of joy and gratitude, and water them with self-compassion. Do you hear me? Your mind is a garden, and what you allow to grow will flourish. Aren't you hungry for God, too? You can call God by his right name, and yet, my friends, the garden of the mind cannot thrive if the soil of the body is neglected. This vessel, this home we carry through every storm and every sunrise, demands care. But we're guilty, aren't we? We push it too hard, feed it too little, and rarely listen when it pleads for rest. We forget that this body of ours holds us upright when the winds blow wild. It cradles us when we are weary, and it moves us closer to the dreams we dare to chase. So I ask you, when was the last time you thanked it? When was the last time you nourished it? Not just with food, but with movement, stillness. Oh, but we cannot stop there. For the mind and body are but two threads in the weave of our being. The spirit, that quiet, eternal flame within us, must also be kindled. It is not a matter of religion, though some may find their solace in prayer or sacred rituals. No, this spirit is your connection to something greater, something infinite. It is in the way a child's laughter dances through your heart. It is in the quiet majesty of a setting sun, in the rhythm of waves greeting the shore. This spirit is the voice that whispers, you belong just as you are. And my friends, when was the last time you listened? There's a balance to it all, isn't there? Mind, body, and spirit. They lean on one another like three old friends who have weathered storms together. When one falters, the others bear the weight. When one soars, the others are lifted. But we must be intentional, deliberate in tending to each. It's not enough to read words like these and nod in agreement. You must act. You must pause in the chaos of the world and say, I will care for myself wholly and without apology. So how do we do this? How do we nurture ourselves in a world that pulls us in 1,000 directions? I will tell you, start small. Begin with a moment, a single moment where you breathe deeply, close your eyes and let the world wait. You are allowed that. You deserve that. And then grow from there. Write down your thoughts and fears, letting them spill onto a page. where they cannot harm you. Move your body, not to punish it, but to celebrate its strength. Dance if the music calls you. Walk if the earth beneath your feet invites you. And find your spirit song, whether in meditation, in the arms of loved ones, or in the beauty of nature. But here's the secret, my friends. This journey is not about perfection. No, it is about persistence. You will stumble, and that's all right. You will have days when the weight of the world feels heavier than your heart can bear. But even then, you can tend to yourself. Even then, you can whisper to your mind, you are strong. To your body, you are worthy. And to your spirit, you are love. And let me tell you something else. This journey, this sacred work of nurturing your mind, body, and spirit is not just for you. When you are well, you light the way for others. Your strength becomes their hope. Your joy becomes their inspiration. And isn't that what the world needs? More light, more love, more people who say, I will care for myself so that I may care for you too. So here we stand, you and I, at the edge of a choice. Will you step into this journey? Will you say yes to yourself, to your wholeness, to your healing? The world will keep spinning. The storms will keep raging. But you have the power to be the calm within. Tend to your mind, your body, and your spirit, and watch as you become not just well, but radiant. There is a rhythm to life, one we often forget as we chase the noise of our days. The world hums with a quiet wisdom, urging us to align ourselves with its flow. But do we hear it? Do we pause long enough to feel the steady beat of the earth beneath our feet, the soft whisper of the wind through the trees, the rise and fall of our own breath? These rhythms remind us that life is not meant to be rushed, nor is it meant to be a battle waged against time. Life is a delicate dance between effort and ease, movement and stillness, giving and receiving. Your mind, that tireless architect of dreams and worries alike, thrives in stillness. Yet how often do we allow it to rest? We pile it high with tasks, clutter it with fears, and then wonder why it falters. The mind needs space to breathe, to wander, to dream without boundaries. It needs quiet moments where it can shed its burdens and rediscover its own brilliance. And in these moments of quiet, you may find answers you weren't even searching for. You may find clarity, a sudden knowing, a light that pierces through the fog of uncertainty. But a mind untended can lead even the strongest spirit astray. Think of the way a single negative thought can ripple outward, turning a good day into one filled with self-doubt. Now imagine the power of a positive thought, one that lifts you like the sun breaking through heavy clouds. You have the ability to choose which thoughts you nurture, which stories you allow to take root. This choice, my friends, is your power. Abraham put aside all the things that weighed him down and rippled over into the blessed Lord. Amazing. Clean your plates, clean your school, use it wisely. And let us not forget the body, that miraculous creation of sinew and bone, pulse and breath. It carries you through this life, yet how often do we take its gifts for granted? We ignore its signals, dismiss its needs, and expect it to perform miracles in spite of our neglect. But the body, like the earth, cannot be pushed beyond its limits without consequence. It needs nourishment, not just in the form of food, but in the way we treat it, the way we move it, the way we honor its rhythms. Listen to your body when it asks for rest. Listen when it craves movement. Listen when it sends you signals of discomfort or pain, for these are not inconveniences to be silenced, but messages to be heeded. Treat your body as you would a beloved friend, with care, respect, and gratitude. And in return, it will reward you with vitality, strength, and resilience The spirit, though often forgotten, is the thread that weaves the mind and body into a tapestry of wholeness. It is the quiet center of your being, the part of you that remains steady even in the face of life's storms. Your spirit doesn't shout to be heard. It whispers. It whispers in the stillness of dawn, in the laughter of a child, in the beauty of a starlit sky. But to hear it, you must create space for it. You must step away from the noise and into the quiet. You must let yourself be still. This stillness is where your spirit finds its voice, where it reminds you of your purpose, your worth, your connection to something greater. It is in this space that you remember who you are, not just a mind full of thoughts or a body in motion, but a soul infinite and unbreakable. And when you tend to your spirit, you find that the burdens of the mind and body become lighter, the world a little brighter. I have found that in the middle of the night, there is a truth we must all come to understand. The mind, body, and spirit are not separate entities, but parts of a whole. They are like the strands of a braid, each one essential to the strength and beauty of the whole. When you care for one, you care for all. When you neglect one, all are affected. This interconnectedness is both a challenge and a gift, for it means that small changes can have profound effects. A moment of mindfulness can ease the mind and relax the body. A walk in nature can refresh the body and soothe the spirit. A kind word to yourself can heal wounds you didn't even know were there. But let me tell you something important. This journey of wellness is not a straight path. It is not a destination to be reached, but a practice, a way of being. There will be days when you falter, when you forget to tend to yourself, when life feels too heavy to bear. And on those days, I want you to remember this. You are human. You are allowed to stumble. You are allowed to rest. What matters is not perfection, but persistence. The willingness to begin again and again and again. And as you walk this path, know that you do not walk it alone. We are all connected, all part of the same vast web of life. Your wellness ripples out into the world, touching the lives of those around you in ways you may never see. When you care for yourself, you are better able to care for others. When you find peace within, you bring peace to the world. This is the beauty of wholeness, the power of tending to the mind, body, and spirit. So take a moment now, wherever you are, to breathe. Feel the air fill your lungs, the steady beat of your heart, the quiet presence of your spirit. This is your foundation, your center. Return to it whenever you need. It is always there, waiting for you, a reminder that no matter what life throws your way, you are whole, you are strong, and you are enough. And as you move forward, remember to carry this truth with you. Wellness is not something you achieve, it is something you live. It is in the choices you make each day, in the kindness you show yourself, in the love you pour into your mind, body, and spirit. Life is a series of unfolding moments, each offering a choice to care for yourself or to let the tide pull you away from the shores of your well-being. Often we choose the latter without realizing it. We say yes when our bodies whisper no, push forward when our spirits beg us to pause, and fill our minds with noise to avoid the quiet truth of what we need. But each choice builds on the last, creating a pattern, a rhythm, a life. And I ask you now, what kind of life will you choose to weave? The mind is a maze of pathways, some well-trodden, others overgrown and forgotten. Each thought carves a trail, each belief strengthens a road, but not every path serves us. Some lead us in circles back to the same worries, the same fears. Others lead us forward toward growth, understanding, and peace. And here's the thing, you hold the map, you are not lost. Even when it feels that way, you have the power to change course, to step off the path of doubt and onto one of self-love and possibility. But it takes courage, doesn't it? Courage to question the stories you've been told, the ones you've told yourself, and to write new ones. Let me think for a moment. Your thoughts are not fixed. They are like the clouds, shifting and changing, carried by the winds of your attention. Focus on the storm, and it will seem endless. Look for the breaks in the clouds, and you will find light. This is not to say that darkness should be ignored. No, the shadows within us have lessons to teach. But they are not the whole of who we are. You are more than your fears, more than your doubts, more than the pain you have endured. You are the light breaking through, the sky wide and open, the infinite expanse of possibility. The body, too, holds its own wisdom, a language older than words. It speaks to you in sensations, in the ache of overuse, the tension of stress, the warmth of comfort. But how often do we listen? We mask its signals with distractions, dull its cries with quick fixes, and push it to the brink without pause. Yet, this body is your home. It is where you live every moment of your life, and it is asking, pleading for your care. Movement is a celebration of the body, a way to say, I see you, I value you. It doesn't have to be strenuous or structured. It simply has to be mindful. A stretch in the morning, a walk in the evening, a dance when the music calls you. All of these are gifts to your body. And nourishment, true nourishment, is not about rules or restrictions, but about listening. What does your body crave? What fuels it, sustains it, helps it thrive? Eat with gratitude, move with joy, rest with intention. This is how you honor the body that carries you through this world. And what of the spirit? That quiet, steadfast essence that connects you to all that is, was, and will be. The spirit doesn't demand your attention, it invites it. It doesn't rush you, it waits patiently for you to remember it's there. But when you do, when you turn inward and find that quiet flame, you realize it has been guiding you all along. The spirit is not separate from the mind and body. It is the thread that ties them together, the foundation upon which they rest. And when you nurture your spirit, you strengthen the whole of who you are. How do you tend to the spirit? By embracing the things that make you feel alive, by creating space for stillness and reflection, by connecting with something greater than yourself, whether that be nature, community, art, or the divine. The spirit is fed by joy, by purpose, by love, and it is from this nourishment that you find the strength to face life's challenges, the grace to move through its trials, and the wisdom to embrace its beauty. This journey is not without its difficulties. There will be times when the mind feels heavy, the body weary, the spirit dim. There will be days when it seems easier to give in to the demands of the world than to tend to your own needs. But these moments, as hard as they are also opportunities. They are invitations to return to yourself, to remember what truly matters, to choose again. And you do not have to walk this path alone. Seek out those who uplift you, who remind you of your worth, who inspire you to care for yourself as deeply as you care for others. Community is a balm for the spirit, a mirror that reflects your light, even when you cannot see it yourself. And as you give to others, let yourself be held, supported, and loved. You run away from a part of yourself. You run away from a relationship that seems to lead you nowhere. If you lead, your primitive brain falls into a fake idea of the closed community in your mind. There is a power in small acts of care, a deep breath taken in the midst of chaos, a moment of gratitude whispered into the silence, a choice to rest when you are tired, to move when you are restless, to speak kindly to yourself when the world feels harsh. These small acts ripple outward, creating waves of change that transform not just your life, but the lives of those around you. For when you are well, truly well, You become a source of light and strength for others. You show them what is possible, what it means to live in harmony with oneself. Immerse yourself in the creativity. The result is that we and our world. And so I urge you to begin, not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Begin where you are with what you have. You do not need to have it all figured out. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to take one step and then another and then another. The journey of wellness is a lifelong one, but it is also a joyous one, filled with discovery, growth, and moments of profound connection. Your mind, your body, your spirit, they are gifts, treasures to be cherished and cared for. They are the essence of who you are, the foundation of all you do. And when you tend to them, when you nurture them with love and intention, you create a life that is not just lived, but truly, deeply, vibrantly experienced. Feel? The journey of health and wellness is infinite, like a river that winds its way through valleys and plains, always moving, always flowing. It is not a straight path, and it is not meant to be. There will be bends and turns, moments where the current is strong, and others where it slows to a gentle trickle. But through it all, the river flows, carrying with it the promise of renewal and transformation. And so it is with you. Your mind is a vast and intricate landscape, a place where thoughts rise and fall like waves upon the shore. Some thoughts are fleeting, like whispers in the wind, while others take root, growing into beliefs that shape your world. The mind is a powerful force, capable of creating beauty or destruction, depending on how it is nurtured. What you feed your mind matters, not just in what you consume through words and images, but in the conversations you have with yourself. How do you speak to your own soul? Do you offer it kindness, or do you burden it with harshness? You see, the words you whisper to yourself in the quiet moments become the seeds of your reality. If you tell yourself you are not enough, those words will grow like weeds, choking out your confidence and dimming your light. But if you speak to yourself with love and compassion, you will cultivate a garden of strength and possibility. It takes practice, yes, but it is a practice worth pursuing. The way you treat your mind sets the tone for how you experience the world. And just as your mind needs care, so too does your body. This vessel, this miraculous creation, is your constant companion on this journey of life. It houses your spirit, carries your dreams, and endures the weight of your burdens. Yet, how often do we fail to honor it? How often do we ignore its needs in favor of convenience or productivity? The body does not ask for much. It asks for nourishment, for movement, for rest. It asks to be treated with respect and gratitude. When was the last time you truly listened to your body? Not just when it was in pain or discomfort, but in its quiet moments, when it whispered its needs to you. The body is wise. It knows what it needs to thrive. It craves balance, not extremes. It craves care, not punishment. And when you listen, when you honor its needs, you unlock a wellspring of energy and vitality that allows you to move through life with grace and ease. Movement is a gift you give to your body. It is not a chore or an obligation, but a celebration of what your body can do. Whether it's a morning stretch, a brisk walk, a dance in your living room, or a moment of stillness in yoga, movement connects you to your body in a profound way. It reminds you that you are alive, that you are capable, that you are strong, and in that connection, you find joy. But health and wellness are not complete without tending to the spirit, that quiet, luminous part of you that often goes unnoticed. The spirit is your essence, your true self, the part of you that remains untouched by the chaos of the world. It is the spark that keeps you moving forward even when the road is hard. And yet, the spirit is often the first to be neglected when life becomes overwhelming. To care for your spirit is to care for your connection to the greater whole. It is to find moments of stillness where you can listen to the whispers of your soul. It is to seek out beauty, to surround yourself with love, to create space for joy. The spirit thrives in simplicity, in authenticity, in presence. It does not need grand gestures or elaborate rituals. It needs only your attention, your willingness to be still and open. And the beauty of nurturing your spirit is that it ripples outward, touching every aspect of your life. When your spirit is strong, your mind becomes clearer, your body more vibrant. You move through the world with a sense of purpose, a sense of connection, a sense of peace. And this, my friends, is the essence of wellness, the integration of mind, body, and spirit into a harmonious whole. But let us not forget that this journey is not without its challenges. There will be days when the mind is clouded with doubt, when the body feels heavy and tired, when the spirit seems distant and quiet. These days are part of the journey too. They are not signs of failure, but opportunities for growth. They remind you to return to yourself, to tend to your needs with patience and compassion. Love, return to your needs with patience and compassion. Love, return to. On those days, let yourself be human. Let yourself feel what you feel without judgment. Let yourself rest without guilt. And when you are ready, take one small step forward. That step might be a deep breath, a kind word to yourself, a glass of water, or a walk in the sunshine. Whatever it is, let it be a reminder that you are always moving, always growing, always capable of beginning again. And as you walk this path, remember that you are not alone. You are part of a vast, interconnected web of life. Your wellness is not just for you, it is for the world. When you care for yourself, you bring light into the lives of those around you. You inspire others to care for themselves, to find their own balance, to embrace their own journey. This is the power of wellness. It is not just an individual pursuit, but a collective one. So I invite you to pause, to breathe, to listen. Listen to your mind, to your body, to your spirit. What are they telling you? What do they need? And how can you begin to meet those needs, not tomorrow, not someday, but today? The answers may be simple, or they may take time to uncover, but they are there, waiting for you, just as the river waits for the traveler to find its flow. In this moment, you have a choice. You can continue as you are, or you can step into the current of your own wellness. You can begin to nurture yourself, to honor the connection between mind, body, and spirit, to live not just a life, but a full, vibrant, meaningful life. And as you do, you will discover that wellness is not a destination, but a way of being, a journey that unfolds with every breath, every step, every moment. In the grand tapestry of life, your well-being is the thread that ties it all together. The harmony of your mind, body, and spirit creates the melody that guides you through each moment. Wellness is not a fleeting goal, but a lifelong journey, one that calls for kindness, patience, and intention. It is in the small acts, the breath you take, the nourishment you provide, the stillness you embrace, that you build the foundation of a fulfilled life. As you walk this path, remember that balance is not about perfection, but presence. Honor the signals of your body, the whispers of your mind, and the quiet strength of your spirit. Let every choice you make reflect your inherent worth and the deep connection you hold with the world around you. In caring for yourself, you cultivate a light that radiates beyond you, touching lives and inspiring others to do the same.